Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nikki, and if you're new, this is Life with Nick, and I do videos on business, lifestyle, and fashion. So today I'm back with another video. I thought it would be a good idea. I feel like I talk so much about Atlanta, so I decided to talk about how to make friends in Atlanta. I have been here for almost 2 years, and I've honestly made some good friendships. So I'm just here to give you guys some pointers on just where to look, what mindset to go into your relationships with, and just, how to find some friends in this big, beautiful state. So before I get into the video, if you have not already done so, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and let's go ahead and begin. Okay, I would say, first of all, from experience, if you are someone who works at a job, I feel like that's going to be the number one thing. The people that you work with are sometimes, and you can't even help it, the closest people to you. So my experience from living out here, most of the close relationships that I have are from the people that I work with. So I know back when I lived up north, I was just one of those people, and I was younger too. So it's kind of like I was one of those people who would just go to work and just come home. But once I moved down here and I started to mature, I feel like it's so important to just keep a good relationship with your coworkers. Some people say, like, I don't care about my coworkers or what they think, but mind you, these are people that you spend 40 hours and some people more plus a week together with these people. So it's good to have good relationships with your coworkers. I'm not trying to say that you have to be the best of friends with them, but just some mutual ground. And I feel like personally, just be open to doing things with them. Like if your supervisor or your coworkers are just talking about like, hey, we're going bowling tonight and we're going on an outing. It may not be something that you would usually do, but hey, maybe you want to try it just to get out for a while. You can meet some really good friends in your field. And a great thing about meeting friends in the field is they understand the same problems that you go through. They understand the same challenges. They have the same frustrations that you go through. So it's kind of good to have somebody in the inside that understands what you're going through, and that can actually relate to you when it comes to your workplace. So making friendships in the workplace is definitely where it is at. I personally have a lot of long-term friendships that have came from my jobs. I actually met my boyfriend at my old job. So just be open to it. I mean, you don't have to be if you're not a social person. I mean, obviously this video is not for people who don't plan on making friendships, but I am here to just give you guys some pointers. So make friends within the workplace. Definitely you will not regret it. I'm not trying to say that you have to be completely open with people, like keep them at a certain level. Don't tell everybody your business, because some people can tend to have big mouths, but just, have that mutual ground with them. Like sometimes if you want to go out, call up one of your coworkers and be like, hey, you want to go get a drink? Keep it at a nice balance, and have, you can make some good friends at work. Don't let people tell you that you can't, because you really can. So make friends at work. So let's move on to the next topic. Another thing that I wasn't really big into doing back when I lived up north was using Bumble. For those who are not familiar with Bumble is an app kind of like Tinder, where you literally swipe right and swipe left for friends, and you decide if you want to be friends with someone or not. I personally, I have made some connections through Bumble. It took a while just because on Bumble, not everyone wants to physically hang out with you. Some people actually just want to have phone relationships or social media relationships with you, which is cool. But Bumble is an app mainly just for friendship. And they also have a dating side, but if you're just looking for friends, download Bumble. It's so many different people. It's literally just like Tinder. People have the bios. They'll tell you what their ages is. You can swipe with them, match with them, slide in their DMs, message with them, and get to know each other, and maybe someday even hang out. Since I moved here, I've gained a few friends through Bumble too. We're definitely not the closest of friends, but I know like if I ever need them, or if I want someone to talk to, if they need someone to talk to, we got each other. And sometimes it's good to have those relationships, you know what I mean? Like not the relationships where you need to talk to someone every day, but when you guys do talk, know that you guys are cool and that you will have a good time together. So Bumble, and I know that there's a lot of friendship apps. I personally haven't been on them in a while, so I'm not familiar with all of them, but look into that. Not just Bumble, there's other apps that you can look into if you do want to make friends, because I'm going to get to that in a minute, but let's move on to the next topic. Okay, and this, I feel like this topic kind of goes towards like wherever you live. I feel like if you're out and about, and this was a young mindset that I had back in the day too. If you're out and about and you're like in the mall shopping or whatever, and you see a girl looking at you and you're kind of like, what is she looking at? Most of the time, they're not looking at you in a bad way. They may just be looking at you like, hey, she's pretty, or hey, I like her shoes, or hey, her hair is beautiful. Maybe sometimes you need to initiate those conversations because some people are honestly just really shy. I know that's how I am. I'm not always the person that can just talk to somebody first. So if you see somebody and you know, hey, it looks like we can be friends, initiate that conversation because you'll be so surprised by how many people who live here really are in the same boat as you. They may have just came from a completely different state with no family, no friends who live here. So they also might need friends as well. So just be open to making those relationships with the strangers and just making true connections. Imagine a world back before our parents, when our parents were kids, when they didn't have any form of social media. How did they meet their friends? Just in natural settings, like in school. So if you're somebody who's in college, if you sit next to somebody and you think, oh, hey, we giggle every now and again. Maybe this person is cool and we can go out. Initiate those conversations. I feel like our society, especially for some reason, people aren't really big on initiating conversations with people. Everybody really cares about what everybody thinks about them, which, takes time to grow because at some point I was like that myself. But just remember, the most that somebody can say is no. If you want to be friends with someone, initiate that conversation. So got a little off track there. What was I talking about next? So back to social media. I feel like making friends on social media is the easiest, but honestly, you can make some good friends on social media as well because there's been plenty of people who would even watch my YouTube channel and they'll slide in my DMs and I'll talk to them and they'll be super cool, you know what I mean? Or people on Tinder or not Tinder, sorry. People on TikTok. Like just meeting those friends on social media is just different because I feel like you can really be yourself and you don't have to really be nervous outside of that. So if you're somebody who's not good at talking face to face with people, hey, maybe sometimes slide in their DMs and be like, hey, I think you're funny. I think you're cool. Do you want to be friends? And I feel like it's a lot easier for girls just because some guys are really like weird about that. I personally don't feel like it's a problem for another man to come to another man about, being friends, but I feel like social media is just such a blessing sometimes just because it's so much. It's so many things, so many different people that are like you, that have the same interests as you. There's also a lot of Facebook groups that they have nowadays. So if you're on Facebook, they have like a Black girl YouTube group or just YouTuber sisters. They have different groups like that, like city girls who live in Atlanta or like girls who live in Miami. They have all these different groups. So if you're somebody who's interested in that, hop in a Facebook group, you know what I mean? Hop in an Instagram group. TikTok is becoming a huge thing now to where people are having like these social gatherings where it's literally just a group of strangers just coming together to get to know each other and try to find those genuine connections. So I hope that this video helps somebody out there. I feel like it's just having friendship is so important. I feel like it's kind of undermined nowadays. I feel like a lot of people out there aren't really big on friendship. I feel like everybody just needs that one person. Even if it's just that one friend, you need that one friend. And moving to another state is difficult. Trust me, I've been here for almost 2 years. And sometimes I think about moving back all the time. But having my friends here and having people who I genuinely connect with makes it so much easier sometimes. It makes me feel so less alone. And just having people to talk to, like just be yourself. Don't feel like you have to force anything. Like if you feel like, hey, this person may seem cool, reach out to them. 9 times out of 10, most people will reach back out to you. I feel like that's just a form of just overthinking sometimes, which we all do. I know I do it all the time. I'm human. But just initiate those conversations. Hop on Bumble. Talk to the person you sit next to in class. Hop on those Facebook groups. Just do what you got to do because finding a friend is so important. There's so much to experience here in Atlanta. So it's like you want to experience it with yourself, but you also want to have somebody to experience it with too. Like go out to the nice dinners or the nice restaurants that they have here. Go to an amusement park. Go to the aquarium. It's such a beautiful state and just you don't want to miss out on something just because you're afraid. I think that's what the true message of my video was. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment below if this was somewhat helpful. Hopefully it was to someone out there. Also, please comment some videos below that you would like to see me do. Your sister is kind of running dry over here, so definitely want to start recording more. But go ahead and like this video if you have not already done so. Subscribe to my channel. Turn on that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.